everybody, and I'm really glad you're here tonight. Tonight, we're going to be using the strap a lot, and we'll be sitting and staying on the mat the whole evening. And we're going to be working on the shoulders and the neck. A lot of people hold a lot of tension in their neck and shoulders for all kinds of reasons. There may be things that you're doing like using the keyboard or driving or whatever, and your shoulders might get all tight and your neck might get all tight. And also I know that some people, when they feel all stressed out, the tension rests in their neck and shoulders. There are other places as well, of course, but that's one of the main places. So we're going to be doing stretches tonight for the neck and shoulders. We'll start off with mild stretches, and then we'll move on to a little bit more deep. And you'll notice that we may be coming back to some of the poses several times with some kind of variation with it. So let's go ahead and begin to center. So lengthen up through your spine. Let's lift the shoulders and roll them back and down. Rest your hands on your lap in whatever way feels comfortable to you. And then close your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. Without changing your breath, notice the inhale and the exhale. Notice that as you inhale, your belly may expand, and then on the exhale, relax back down. Or maybe you notice the ribs expand on the inhale, and then relax back in on the exhale. And for some of us, we also feel it in the upper chest. It moves as you inhale and exhale. And maybe you feel it in just one of these places, or maybe more than one of them. It's however is your breathing is just fine. We're just noticing the breath tonight. You may notice that your mind begins to wander after a while, and this is really quite typical. So you just say, okay, I thought about something, but I'm not going to engage that thought. I'm just going to let it go, let it float away like a leaf on the stream, and then bring your attention back to your breath, watching the air flow in and flow out of your body. With each inhale, imagine you're growing taller, but you still keep your shoulders released down. With each exhale, draw your belly button gently towards your spine, feeling your core gently engaged. And now let's move to controlling our breath a little bit. And I'm going to suggest that we do an inhale of a count of 4, a hold of a count of 1, an exhale of a count of 5, and a hold of a count of 1. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you, what I want you to do is find your own length of breath. So maybe you'll inhale 3 to a count of 3, or maybe even 2. But the idea is to exhale longer than you inhale. This is a very calming breath, a very soothing breath. So I'll count the 4 And if that's bad for you, you do your own thing. And if you don't like it at all, just follow your own breath the way it is. So inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you continue with your own counting and your own breath cycle. After you've done this a few times, you may find that you could count to 5 on the inhale and 6 on the exhale. Whatever is right for you. One more complete cycle, and then return to your own natural breath. Just notice how you're feeling now. And bring that calmness with you to your practice. Let's begin by opening our eyes and bring your arms down beside you. And we're going to do a sun breath. We'll inhale, open out wide. Exhale, bring your hands together. Inhale, hands up towards the ceiling, and you can look at your hands if you like. Exhale, coming down. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, hands together. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower the hands. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, hands together. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, arms down to the side. Good. So that was our first little bit of opening of our shoulders. Now take your hands on your knees with your arms as straight as you can, and just lean back a little bit and notice how your hands are attached up here to your shoulders. As you lean back, you can feel your shoulders engaged. And we're going to use that to pull on our knees gently and lift up through the spine, coming into a really nice posture here, and lengthen the back of your neck here as well. We'll just take a few breaths here. And now we're going to do seated cat and cow. So we're going to exhale and roll the pelvis back and round the back and drop the chin. Arms are straight. Inhale, lift your chest and roll onto the front of your pelvis. Exhale, back into the cat, dropping the chin. Inhale, coming back to the cow, lifting your chest, bringing your chest through your arms if possible. Exhaling back. Inhaling, coming forward. Let's do this 2 more complete cycles following your own breath. And when you've completed this, come to stillness. Still sitting in your really there. By the way, if you don't like sitting like this, you can have your legs out, one out. You can also be sitting on your knees. I know a lot of you like to sit on your knees. That's called hero pose. We're going to interlace our fingers next, and then take them to the back of the head. And to begin with, we're going to exhale and press the elbows back. I'm sorry, we're going to inhale and lengthen through the spine, and exhale, press the elbows back. And inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, press the elbows back. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, press the elbows back. Now we're not moving the head forward at all. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, press the elbows back. We're going to now move to seated cat and cow with our arms up like this, with our hands behind our head. We're not going to press our head down at all as we come into the cat pose. We'll just have them resting on the head. So exhale and bring your elbows towards your head, round the back, chin drops, pelvis moves. Inhale, coming up, pressing the elbows back, lifting the chest. Exhale, coming back into cat. Inhale, into the cow. Let's do this 3 more times and follow your own breath here. You may be finding there's a little more motion in your cat and cow this time. I think that's probably 3 for me. And then release your hands down when you're ready. And then roll your shoulders out in whatever way feels good to you. Okay. All right, let's do a little bit more with the hands interlaced. We're going to this time lift the hands up with the palms towards the ceiling. And we're going to inhale, lengthen, and exhale, press the arms back. And inhale, lengthen, and press the arms back. Now your head doesn't move at all here. I mean, you can get your arms behind your ears if you're sticking your head way forward. That's not the point. We're working on the shoulders here. So inhale, reach up, and exhale, press the shoulders back, and inhale up, and press the shoulders back. And now release your arms down, roll out the shoulders again, and we're going to come and put our feet out in front of us. And the palms, oh, you can't see the palms of my hand. Okay, I don't think you still can. Anyway, the palms are facing forward. And we're going to just inhale and lift up the chest and hold this for a few breaths. Now, you can make this more intense by moving your hips towards your hands more, or you can Oh no, that's making it less intense. You can make it more intense by moving your hips away from your hands. So you decide where you want your hips in relation to your hands. And then let's come back up. And come back to our Sukhasana pose or whatever pose you're using. Now I'm going to ask you to cross your legs in the opposite direction. Now that's pretty easy to figure out because it will feel very weird. And so, okay. Again, we're going to do the same things here with the legs crossed this way. So cup your knees with your hands, lengthen through the spine so you have that long spine and a long back of your neck. And then we're going to do the seated cat and cow. Exhaling into cat, inhaling into the cow. And exhale into the cat, pelvis rocks back, chin down. Inhale, pelvis rocks forward, chest comes forward. And do 3 more with your own breath. See if you can keep your arms straight while you're doing this. And when you're going into the cat, you feel your shoulder blades apart. When you're coming into the cow, you feel your shoulder blades coming towards each other. And then come to stillness when you've completed your 3. All right, once again, we're going to do the opposite interlace of fingers that we did before. Whatever is the natural way, you're going to, like for me, my left index finger is on top. I'm going to move my right index finger on top. So whatever doesn't feel right, that's what you're going to do. All right, so we have our fingers interlaced and take them to the back of the head again. And let's inhale and lengthen, and exhale, press the elbows back. Inhale, lengthen, and press the elbows back. Inhale, lengthen, and press the elbows back. And one more time, inhale, lengthen, and press the elbows back. All right. Now comes the cat and cow with our elbows coming towards our head. And again, we're not pressing with our hands, we're just resting the hands on the head. So exhale and round into your cat. Pelvis moves back, chin down. Inhale, bring your elbows wide, chest lifts. Exhale into cat. Inhale, coming forward. Feel your pelvis rock forward. And 3 more like this with your own breath. And when you've completed your 3, keep your hands where they are. And let's go ahead and reverse the palms and press them towards the ceiling. We're going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press the arms back. Inhale, lengthen, and press the arms back. And continue, let's do 2 more of these. Your lengthening may be just kind of in your imagination, because you may be as long as you can be. Okay. And we'll do one more thing while we're here. We're going to do a side bend. So we're going to take a breath, inhale and lengthen, and exhale, fold to the right, and press through your left hand to get that really good stretch along the left side of the body. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale, over to the left, pressing through the right hand, getting this good stretch again. Inhale to the center. We'll do one more to each side. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the center. And exhale to the left. And inhale to the center. And then release your arms down. And let's go ahead and roll them out. Roll out your shoulders in whatever way feels really good to you. Okay, let's go ahead and come to this. It's actually a preparation for reverse table pose. I do not do table pose, but anyone who wants to can. The way you do it is you start the same way that we did before. The feet are on the floor and the hands are pointed towards the feet. And if you want to do the reverse table, you're going to lift your hips up so that you look like an upside down table. Okay, so for those of you who are going to stay seated, let's inhale and lift the chest. For those of you coming into the reverse table, you're going to lift up your hips. I can lift them up some, but the whole table thing for me is not good. Let's take one more breath here. Those of you in reverse table, lower your hips, and then the rest of us will sit on up, and we'll come to facing forward again. Bring your feet together into Baddha Konasana. And again, you can hold on to your toes, your ankles, your shins, your knees, anywhere you like. But we're going to, wherever you're holding, you're going to lengthen by pulling. You're going to lengthen the spine by pulling gently on whatever you're holding on to. So your spine is long here. The back of your neck is long. And then if you like, you can fold forward to whatever place you want. Now, for those of you who might have osteoporosis or a disc issue in your back, lean forward only with a spine in alignment. And if you have no issues with your back, go ahead and round forward, dropping your head down towards your feet. On your next inhale, let's lift up and then lift up your knees. And we're going to come to table pose now. So if you need something under your knees, go ahead and get it. I thought I had the camera set up right. Okay. All right, so what I want you to do with your hands, I'll just show you. You're going to place your middle finger so it's pointing straight forward, and then you're going to widen out your index fingers and your ring fingers, and then you're going to widen out your thumb and your little finger as much as you can. Okay, so when you widen it out like that, starting with middle fingers pointing forward and widening out index fingers and ring fingers, and then the thumbs and the little fingers, you can get a really nice grip on the ground, pressing into all the fingers, and it helps with the wrist issues. Sometimes people have wrists that are a problem here. All right, so we'll do cat and cow here now. So exhaling, drop the head, round the back up towards the ceiling, tip your pelvis up. Inhale, pelvis moves down towards the thighs, lifting the head, coming into cow. Exhaling, coming back into cat. Inhaling into cow. And continue with your own breath pattern here. You all know how to do this, I think. But notice that usually we talk about how this helps the spine keep flexible and so on. But it also is working the shoulders. So since we're talking about shoulders tonight, focus on the shoulders and just notice how they're moving as you do this cat and cow. Let's do one more complete cycle. And then come to stillness. All right. Take a breath here. We're going to come into puppy pose or melting heart pose. And the way that's done is you keep your hips over your knees and you walk your hands forward. And you're going to drop your chest and head down to the floor if they reach. And if they don't reach, that's okay. So again, keep your fingers spread nice and wide. And then walk the hands forward and then lower down. Now you can keep your arms above the ground to really get a big shoulder stretch, or you can lower your forearms to the ground to get a really nice shoulder stretch. So whichever you prefer. Be sure and breathe here. And now begin to come back up. And let's go ahead and come back to our seated position. Now, from here on out, you could even stand or sit in a chair if you want to do the rest of these things. Well, we'll probably do the puppy pose one more time, but that's okay. All right, so get your strap. And we're going to hold the strap at shoulder width apart. Now, if this is too close for you, for what we're going to do, you can let it be wider. Okay, whatever, again, you adjust for your own shoulders and what they can do. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, we're going to hold tight, that strap is going to be taut. And we're going to lift our arms up over our head. Now here again, we have this nice posture, and we're not going to put our head forward. We're going to keep the head right above the neck. And then we're going to lower the arms very slowly while pulling out on the strap, bringing it to wherever you can Maybe to the top of the head, maybe to here, that's okay. Or maybe all the way down to your neck. Whatever you can do is great. And as soon as you get to the bottom of where you can get, you begin to go back up. Oh, okay. All right. And now that we're back up, we're going to do a side stretch again. So we're going to inhale and lengthen and exhale over to the right, reaching out through the left arm. Inhale, coming to the center, and exhale over to the left, reaching out through the right arm. Inhaling to the center, reaching out through the left arm. Inhaling to the center, reaching out through the right arm. And then back up to the middle here. Bring your arms down, and let's shrug the shoulders out. Okay. We're going to move on to a neck thing, and I learned this over the weekend, and I really like it. I hope you do. All right, my neck felt really good afterwards. We're going to take the right ear to the right shoulder. And just take a few breaths here, letting the left side of the neck relax, letting the muscles let go a little bit. And then we're going to just gently sway the head forward and backwards just a little bit. Noticing what happens to the stretch on the left side of the neck as we do this. This is a really slow, easy motion. And then bring your ear back over your shoulder and come into stillness. And then you're going to take your right hand on the left side of your head. Now you're not going to press down hard or anything. It's just going to rest there. And just a little bit of extra weight to make a little bit extra stretch along the left side of the neck. The next thing we're going to do is gently inch our ear back little by little. We'll do it in 3 steps. And I say inch it back, but maybe it's more millimeter it back. So we're going to just exhale and scoot the ear back a little bit. Notice how the neck feels on the left side. And now scoot the ear back a little bit more. And notice what happens to the left side of the neck. And then scoot it back one more time. Noticing again how that changes the stretch on the left side of the neck. And now we're going to turn our chin towards our shoulder and bring our hand to the back of the head. And again, it's just resting there. And again, notice how that changes the stretch on the left side of your neck. And now draw your nose down towards your thigh. And again, there's a change in the stretch on the left side of your neck. Bring your head back up so that your ear is over the right shoulder again. And this time we're going to put our hand kind of on the left side and the front of the head. So you may have a little bit of your hand on your forehead. And we're going to take the right ear back towards the right shoulder blade. And you may feel a stretch from, and this one's a little harder to get. You feel a stretch from the, on the left side of the neck down to the collarbone. And now bring your head back up to the center and release your right arm down. Maybe shake your neck out a little bit if you like. All right, we need to do the other side as well. So take your left ear towards your left shoulder and notice how that feels on the right side of the neck. You may notice one side of your neck is tighter than the other. I certainly do. And then take your left hand to the right side of your head and gently rest it on your head. Let's take the hand off for a moment. I forgot to let us sway our head a little bit. So left ear to left shoulder, and now just sway your head little by little, really gently and slowly. And now bring your ear back over your shoulder, and now bring your left hand to the right side of your head. The muscles in the neck are gradually relaxing. And now we'll take our ear little by little back, just a millimeter at a time or an inch at a time, whatever is right for your head and neck. So let's scoot back a little bit. And then a little bit more. And then a little bit more. And now turn your chin towards your shoulder and bring your left hand to the back of your head. Notice where the stretch on the right side of the neck is now. And now draw your nose down towards your thigh. And feel the stretch maybe down the back of the right side of your neck into your upper shoulder on the right side. Bring your right ear back to the right shoulder. And now you're going to move your left hand to the right side of your head, but also the front of your head. And gently tip your head back towards your left shoulder blade. And maybe feel this nice stretch from on the right side of the neck down to the collarbone. Bring your head back so your ears over your shoulder. Lift up your head. And now let's circle out the head. We're going to draw circles with our nose. So just around, really slowly again. Everything slow and easy. We'll go around 3 times in each direction. When you come to the bottom, start again going the other way. One more time around. And with your chin towards your chest, and then lift up your head. Okay. Let's take the strap one more time. This time we're going to take the strap wide. So you may discover that you need it wider as we go through this. We're going to lift our right arm up by our ear and bring the left arm back behind you. And you're going to press up with your right hand and press down with your left. Getting a nice stretch in the shoulders. And then let's lift up the left arm, bringing the arm next to the left ear, and the right arm goes down behind. And again, you're reaching up with the right arm, left arm, and reaching down with the right. And the other direction again, we'll do one more in each direction. Right arm up by the ear, left arm behind and down. And then left arm up and right arm down behind. All right, bring the right arm up and then release. And let's set the strap aside for now. Okay, let's take our arms out to the side, and the hands are flexed. You're pressing away as much as you can, like you have walls on either side that are closing in on you. And then we're going to move into eagle pose, eagle arms anyway. We're going to bring the right arm underneath and the left arm on top, and twirl your arms around. If that's another variation is you can put your hands on your shoulders, or you can bring the backs of your hands together, or maybe you can catch your thumb with a finger or something. Whichever is right for you, go ahead and do it. Now, you're going to keep your shoulders right where they are and lift your elbows just a little bit. Notice how that changes the stretch across the back, the upper back and the shoulder blades. And then if it's okay with your shoulders and everything, make little tiny circles with your elbows. And again, your shoulders are not doing the up and down part. It's your elbows. Let's reverse and go the other direction. And then come to stillness. And again, this is optional. We can fold forward with the back in alignment. And if everything is okay in your back, you can release your head down and your arms down to the floor. Otherwise, keep your back aligned. And then inhale, come up. Release your arms and roll out your shoulders. Okay, we need to do it the other way. Arms out to the side, flexing your hands. And this time, the left arm comes under the right. You may find one side's easier than the other. And again, I certainly do. And raise up your elbows just a little bit. Also, you can do any of the variations that I talked about before. And let's go ahead and make these little circles with the elbows. And then the other direction. And then come to stillness and forward fold if you like. Rounding down if your back is really healthy. On your next inhale, come up. Release your arms and roll out your shoulders. Well, there are other shoulder things, but I'm going to do something for our legs now. This is my favorite pose. I think you all know this. Supta Padangusthasana, and the big toe pose. So it's a nice way to slow down. We're going to lie down, have the knees bent, feet on the floor. Have your strap. And we're going to take the strap around the right foot and lift the foot towards the ceiling. And your upper arms are resting on the floor. Your leg is as straight as it can be. If you find you have any twinge in the back of your knee, lower your leg some or bend it some. It's all good. And just enjoy this hamstring stretch here. Lower the left leg, flex the left foot. The back of your neck is long. And let's put both ends of the strap in the right hand and the left arm goes out in a T. And lower the right leg over to the right. And we try to keep the left hip and the left shoulder on the floor. One of the ways to help do that is to press through your left heel and reach through your left fingers. On your next inhale, lift your leg and reverse the hands. So the strap is in the left hand and the right arm is out in the T. And lower your right leg over to the left. And again, try to keep your right shoulder on the floor. Your right hip is clearly off the floor. On your next inhale, lift your foot, bend your right knee and take the strap off and bring your right leg down next to your left. Just notice how your legs feel. My right leg feels longer, so I need to lengthen my left leg now. So let's bend both knees again. Bring the left knee in towards the chest, strap around the left foot. Resting your upper arms on the floor. Pressing up through your left heel. Lengthen your right leg down and press through the right heel as well. And now put both ends of the strap in your left hand And the right arm out in the T, and lower your left leg to the left. Again, keeping your right hip and your right shoulder and arm on the floor. Let's inhale and bring the leg up and switch hands. So straps in the right hand and the left arm is out in the T with the palm up. And then lower your left leg over to the right, getting a nice outer hip and outer thigh stretch. Let's inhale and take the leg up. Release the strap. Bring your left leg down to your right. And just notice now your legs hopefully will feel the same length. Okay. So one last thing here. Let's go ahead and bring our feet to the outside edges of the mat. Arms out in the T. And let's just windshield wiper the legs back and forth. Exhale, drop the legs, and inhale to the center, back and forth that way. Exhaling to the sides, inhaling to the center. One more back and forth. And then come to stillness. And if there's anything else you'd like to do, go ahead and do it. But then make yourself ready for Shavasana. Lengthening your legs out, your arms down by your side. Making yourself comfortable whatever way you like. So surrender yourself to the floor. Let the earth hold you. Feel your body relaxing down, releasing to gravity. Feel your whole body heavy and resting on the earth. And now imagine it is early evening. The sky is just beginning to darken, and you are on a path, the path climbing gently up a mountain. You are alone but not lonely, savoring this time for yourself. The air is fresh and cool after a hot day. You have left behind all sounds of civilization. You do hear the sounds of creatures that scurry through the underbrush, maybe roused by your footsteps. But then all settles back to silence. Notice the greenery of the forest, the maze of the tree trunks, the tangle of scrub and grasses. The trail twists back and forth as you continue up. With each step you take, with each breath you take, you feel a deep sense of peace and relaxation. Feel the calm of the surrounding forest settle upon you. The path ends at the top of the mountain. You step out onto large firm rocks and sit on one of them and lean back against another. You feel the solidity of the rocks. Breathe in the mountain air blowing down off the heights. Take in the mix of the scents, sweet and sharp, soft and rough, as time slows down. You watch the magnificent scene revealing itself in front of you. Soon the sun will set behind the hills in front of you. Far below in a valley, the lights of a small town are coming on, sparkling in the twilight. As the sun descends, you watch the hills opposite you darken, the valley retreat as the shadows emerge. You sweep your eyes to the east where the sky is becoming dark, and above you the blue sky is fading, and in front of you towards the west, the sky is filled with the last golden rays of the sun. As the sun falls behind the horizon, the sky is filled with the golds and oranges of sunset. A falcon calls to its mate for one last time, and then silence. You sit and contemplate this grand scheme, and the end of the day, breathe in the coming evening, and relax for the next few minutes. Begin to deepen your breath, and then begin to move the small muscles of your body, fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Maybe rock your head gently back and forth. And then begin to move the large muscles of your body as well, maybe with a full body stretch. And then when you're ready, bend your knees and roll to one side and press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all the love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you along. Thank you for joining me this evening. Namaste.